welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today we're going to be playing with the new Lunar Beauty 12 Days of Lunar. I already unboxed it and I put it together, I'll show you in a minute, the way it came 1 through 12, but you can put it in however you want. I think this is just gorgeous though. I think the idea, the packaging, in all, from I will say it was a little hard to pop open the advent part of it, but with that said, who really, it's not that big of a deal, but other than that, like, it's beautiful. It goes with this brand's theming very well. It wasn't like a quick cash grab, so to say. Like, Sephora's advent calendars and stuff where they're jamming all their cheapest stuff in it, basically. Yeah, that's not this, by no means. And I will say that he explained it all very well. And the fact, even, it goes to show about a brand, is the fact that he wasn't so fond of one shade that he actually just was like, no, that's got to be replaced, and he put the correct shade in the box. It wasn't necessarily in the advent, but it was still there to replace that shade with. And in all honesty, there wasn't that much of a difference in the two shades. Yes, it was slightly, and I get that. Being an owner, you want it to be what you want it, so I get that, and I appreciate that. But he technically didn't have to, and I don't think anybody would have really truly noticed, to be honest. But I do appreciate it nonetheless. And I do love shopping from this brand even. I think the formula is good. I think the color stories are, for the most part, cohesive, and you can definitely make looks, and it's not like a scary look. Like, looking at it, you're not scared off if you're a beginner. So, all in all, but this packaging is just absolutely beautiful. Now, when you open it up, you get a mirror on one side, and then you pop the shades in on the other. So I put them in at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, just as they came out of the advent calendar. Reason being is so that, because they're not labeled, they're not numbered, they're not anything, that way I can just tell you what number I'm going into, so you know. Eventually I may number the back of them, that way you know, but I'll rearrange it because I can see different color stories in this so many different ways. I really do like it. I do think it's cohesive. I don't necessarily think it matches the packaging, but I don't necessarily think it was supposed to either. So it's kind of like an up in the air type of thing with that one, because I don't believe he said it was supposed to. So with that said, it's great. You know what I mean? Especially for an advent calendar, it's going to be hard to come up with shades that everyone can use, you know what I mean? So, but I think with that said, he did a very good job at that. At least I think so. But let's get started, because I really like the look that I created. So let's go ahead and get started here. And the first number, in the sense, we're going to go into will be number 10, which is this is like a lighter brown shade. We're going to start with it in the crease. All right. I really do think that this is a very beautiful color story. And I think it's wearable, but yet it can be a little poppy if you wanted to. I believe it could be day or night. I kind of feel even like you could go glam with it, to be honest, if you wanted to. So I think you got a lot of options here, is what I'm, getting at with it. And the formula is really good. It really is. Like, all in all, this I think was $50. And I did purchase the two lip oils. I'm wearing this one today. and I like them. This is the first, I've heard everybody rave about it. I'm pretty sure that's his lip gloss, and I think that's a liquid lip. So yes, this is the first lip oil that I've tried, and I really like them. Now I know these are supposedly different from his original, because his original ones weren't very pigmented, where this has got a little bit of pigment to it. But if they're anything like this, they're amazing. Let me let you know now. I do like them, and I think they are $18 a piece. And with that said, you can use a discount code to get, I think, 10% off. So there's a lot of people that have them. I used Laura Lee, obviously, since that's his bestie. How to support the bestie, you know? But yeah, these colors, and they come off the way they look. They're pigmented, but yet buildable. Definitely blendable. No patchiness. Cocoa. My cat's in here. I did not know that. Great. I've locked my cat in here with me. This ought to be fun. Okay, now we're going to go into the number 2, which is this very beautiful purpley shade. And I knew I wanted to play with this one because, as everybody knows, purples are a little harder to work with. But nay, nay, he says. He's like, nope, it ain't going to be a problem at all. But I kind of can't get over the price point with it, to be honest. $50 for an advent calendar. That's 12 shades. I mean, I know his other palettes are like, what, 54 or something, I believe. I forget, to be honest. The prices have changed so much. And it does have a couple more shades in them. So I guess that can offset the advent calendar. Because I'm going to guess that packaging definitely wasn't cheap. By no means. Especially the way that this one was made sturdy. Like, it was made really good. To be honest and fair, I saved the little boxes the shadows came in, right? And I was very careful opening everything. That's why I didn't do it on camera, because I didn't want to like rip it apart or have to rush. So I took my time and everything, and I could actually fill up those little boxes with stuff and reuse that advent calendar. At least one time, maybe more, but at least once, depending on, you know, whoever I gave it to. Like, if it was one of my children, it may or may not last more than once. I mean, if I told them to be easy, maybe. But at the same time, they're kids, so the chances of it lasting more than once may not be it, you know? I'm just building this shade up some. But it's so pretty. Like, there's no patchiness at all. And it's building and blending beautifully. And I think this is kind of a pretty purple, to be honest. I like it. And the fact that it's blending so nicely, even though it's purple, is amazing. Okay, so now it's going to get a little weird, because the bottom lash line, I wanted to use more shade, you know. So it may or may not go with this look. Let's just do it like that, okay? So the first shade we're going to go into is number 6, which is this yellow tone, because I really wanted to see how yellow it was going to be. So we're going to put that on the lower lash line. And again, if I did a different look with this palette, I would probably put the yellow more in with the green, like up at the top, you know, so you could really get a good look at it. But I just want to get like a tester feel for it, you know. But I do think it's like a what kind of yellow would this be? More like a, yeah, mustard. I was going to say canary, but it is more mustard. I don't know if you can really, well, yeah, you can see that yellow. I'm not a big fan of yellow because I do have a yellow undertone, so I just don't think it looks right on me. And whether that's true or not, I don't know. It's just the way I feel personally, you know. I just don't think it looks right, so I don't really gravitate to it. Now I'm going to take that green shade right here. This, I don't know what kind of green. Split pea green. And I'm going to put it right along the lower lash line, but right up on it. Like, I'm not going to get rid of that yellow. But I'm going to put that, I'm going to start building that green up. And I will say that these two colors look very good together. And I do think you can get several different looks out of it too. Like, I don't think you're going to be bored. You're not just going to get like a one type of look out of it, you know? All your looks aren't going to look the same at the end of the day when using it. Okay, now we're going to go back into the yellow, because like I said, we're not going to lose that yellow color. And run it right underneath it. Okay, now we're going to go into, so that green would have been number 8. Now we're going to go into the shade number 9 so that you could see it. This is the one that he switched out. And I don't, like I said, there is a very small difference in this one. And this is the one he wanted in the palette compared to the one he did not want in the palette. So, like, with that said, it's like, okay. But I will say, I do really like this shade. I'm not spraying it or anything. I don't have anything down. I'm just sort of patting and pulling it on the lid. And it's so pretty. I bet you all thought I was going to go in with the pink. I thought about it. I thought long and hard on that one. I really was going to go in with the pink. Just because, you know, I love me a pink. Metallic shade, but I didn't. I opted for something a little bit different, and I'm glad I did, because I really do like this shade number 9. And I think it's because it is a little bit different than what I'm used to, but not scary by no means, you know. It's not intimidating or anything. getting it built up. And again, if you sprayed it or used like some sort of adhesive, it would go on much better, for sure. Okay. Alrighty. Then we're going to take the shade number 3, which is this one right here. It's like a champagne white gold, maybe. It's really pretty, and I'm just going to put that on my inner corner. Like that. And then the only other thing I was wanting to do that I was like wondering about was that black. I wanted to know how good of a black that was. So what I'm going to do with it is line the top waterline or top lash line with it, just to get a feel for it. I will say I'm having issues lately with ColourPop liners. I don't understand. They've always stayed in my waterline. I've never had any problems out of it. But all of a sudden, the last couple that I've used, I've really been having problems with it. It goes on the waterline beautifully, but then somewhere along the line, it just like throughout the like whatever time, it could be very little time or it could be a lot of time, but it starts to travel to my inner corner. And I don't know why all of a sudden now it's deciding these certain ones, not all of them, even now, not all of them, but certain ones are. So we're going to take that last shade, number 12, the black, and I am just going to sort of push it up into my top lash line so that when I do my mascara, it kind of gives me a little bit of volume. And you can see that it is a nice black as far as lining with. I don't know what it would do as far as like using as a color and blending and all that, if it's patchy or not. I haven't tried it like that yet. I will, but I haven't yet. But as far as lining, it's very nice. And to be honest, 9 out of 10, that's how I use a black shadow anyway. It's just for lining. Okay. I think I got it pushed up in there. Pretty good. So you can definitely see the black along my lash line. I'm gonna knock everything down. Okay. Okay, so that's all we're going to use the palette for. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the Rare Beauty mascara on the top lashes. And again, I don't, for whatever the reason, I've been enjoying this mascara as long as I don't curl my lashes. Why? I don't know. But as long as it works, I don't care how I have to use it, you know? Personally. And now the cat begins, knocking everything off on my dresser because the door's shut. And I thought I got them all out, but obviously I didn't, you know? Lesson learned. Lesson learned. I'll have to clean that up in a minute, but trying to get that corner. Alright. I don't know why either. There we go. Stop it. Alright, there. Oh no. Okay, there. There we go. Okay. Bottom lashes. The Lancome Deafen Seals. Oh god. It's just a nightmare. Okay. That is just so pretty. It's almost like it's fall or autumn, like the leaves changing and stuff, but yet Halloweeny in a sense, even. But like a adult Halloween. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm not saying it right. But I like it nonetheless, and that's all that matters. Could have been better though. But for the most part, I do like it. I enjoy this. It looks very pretty. I'm going to add a little more of this so you can see it. And you know, okay, no matter how much you put of this, it doesn't get like gloppy, and it doesn't get like sticky or something. It just like slowly sinks into your lips and makes them feel plump, number one. But number two, they look so shiny when the like light hits them. It makes them look bigger right there. But like, just throughout the day, they just feel so much bigger to me, and I think it is because it is nourishing, to be honest. And you know, for the price point, I'm thinking, because here's my thing with it. For the price point, I like this a lot. For day, the Too Faced Pillow Talk I still like better for night. But I could see myself, instead of, I wouldn't use it for the day, I'd use this for the day, that at night. But I do still like the Sigma lip oil and the Dior lip oil. But the Dior is out just because of the price point, you know? So then it would be like, okay, so is Sigma's lip oil better, or is this one? And that is the question, isn't it? I guess I'd have to say pound for pound. Lunar Beauty is number one. Out of the ones of the three that I just listed that I tried, I would have to say his is still number one. Dior number two, because I like that formula better, but because of the price point, I would say go with Sigma, because it's just a little bit off, just a little bit, but the price point is way off, so you know. But that's just my opinion on it. But anyway, this is the final look using this palette. I will use this palette again, and I will rearrange them. That way maybe you can see it in a different light if you've purchased it and you can't quite figure out how to do it or something, or if you're struggling, because I could see where I could struggle. Like, I don't like making my own palette by no means. I'd rather have it laid out for me. But I really feel like he picked shades that are really easy to complement. Like, you're going to know where to put them in a sense. You know what I mean? But with that said, that is all I have for you. Again, this is the palette. Once you have taken all the shades, you know, went through your 12 days. I did it in one. And by one, I mean, you know, less than a couple minutes. But hey. And then the packaging, of course, is just stunning. Stunning, I tell you. And then this is the final look. So I hope this video helped. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all, that you're notified when I do upload. I upload every day but Sunday. I know I was gone for a couple days, but I'm back. You know, when stuff happens, it all happens at one time. You know how that goes. Life, as always. But I will see you in the next one. And until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.